Oh, yes, 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 yes. It's base boxing basement. The reality talker, the real man. Who the haters hate. So remember to like. To keep those pathetic, disgusting losers away, man. So yeah, I'm doing a preview. This is a good bill. I've already done a preview on Israel Madrimov. He's Terence Crawford. I think Crawford's the favorite, as I said, and is likely to win on points. I got 6-1. I think I had to put some money on because I think it's a bit long. Madrimov has an excellent amateur record. Watch my video on him, man. But I think Crawfish will win on points, right? But yeah, so I'm here. I'm talking about, who am I talking about? I'm talking about Andy Ruiz vs Jarrell Miller. And it's actually the bill is super. You know, I'm a big Andy Ruiz fan, right? Why? Well, he gave me one of my biggest nights ever, my most enjoyable nights. I won a grand on it when he battered a gay J, Anthony Joshua, into submission. I made him quit like the blood clot poor he is. You feel me? So, you know, the problem with Andy Ruiz is this, right? He is extremely talented, okay? He's got fast hands. He's got a super chin. I mean, Gay J, he dropped Ruiz, and Ruiz just got straight up, and then he hit Ruiz with another super shot, and Ruiz carried on and battered Gay J. And, you know, Andy has power. He has a great chin. He has speed. He has boxing ability. But ultimately, he'll probably go down as a guy who underperformed, you know, that could have done better. You know, sometimes I watch him and I'm like, man, this guy is so skilled. So skilled. And he came in. We had the weigh-in today, right? So Andy Ruiz is fighting Jarrell Miller. Now, obviously, Jarrell Miller himself has had weight issues. You know, he's been like 330 pounds, right? A huge, fat piece of shit. I quite liked him. I mean, not... I mean, yeah, he failed drug tests, but we all know drug testing in boxing is a joke, and they only test the B side. Sorry, they only find people positive in the B side. And Gay J was scared of Miller because Miller gave him a big shove, and so they found him positive. And then Andy Ruiz stepped in and knocked out Gay J. But Ruiz is fighting Jarrell Miller. Now, Miller, he lost his last fight to Daniel Dubum. And Dubum, he did well. I thought he was going to quit. And in the early rounds, Miller was on top. And even the commentary said, Miller's getting hold of him. And then he gassed about round 4 because he's a fat piece of shit. Okay? But he's dropped something like 30 pounds. Now, the problem is with dropping weight rapidly is that it can take away your strength. You know, if you don't do it correctly, it takes away your chin, you know, your muscularity. You remember when Roy Jones Jr. was the biggest PED abuser of all time? And this is why I hate it when people talk about Roy Jones being the GOAT and blah, blah, blah. All I say to you is, look at Roy Jones in the Olympics, at his body, and then look at it when he turned pro. He's a disgraceful abuser. He failed a test. I know I don't believe in testing, but he actually did fail a test. And when he dropped down, he beat John Ruiz, and he dropped back down and got knocked out by what's his name? Antonio Tarver. So it can take your strength away. Jarrell's lost almost 30 pounds, and he's got his breastises. He looks like a fat person that's lost weight quickly, which is what he is. And he's got sagging breastises and all that. But so it's hard to decipher whether the weight loss was too quick. On the other hand, you can say, well, 30 pounds on Jarrell Miller is only 10% of his weight. You know what I'm saying? And it's clearly lowered. and he's fighting Andy Ruiz. Now, Ruiz weighed in at 274 pounds, 0.4. Okay. So if you look at Ruiz's record, right? His last fight, Luis Ortiz, 268. Against Chris Arreola, 256. Right? Gay J, the rematch, 283. Gay J, when he got knocked out, 268. So when he knocked out Gay J. Dimitrenko, yeah, Andy Ruiz weighed 262. So he's heavier than his best wins. Put it that way. So all and they were doing the usual nonsense. Oh, Andy's lost so much weight. He'd be so much better. But he's still, I would say, well, look, let's be clear, right? If Andy Ruiz was at his peak and trained properly and did PEDs, he'd probably be 250. Was probably his optimum weight. But you know, in terms of his results, his optimum weight has been around a 256 to 260 level. He was 268 when he knocked out Gay J. So, yeah, he's 6 pounds, I would say, better, heavier than he should be. I'd rather see him lighter. 250 would be completely reasonable, and he'd still be fat. And they're playing that pathetic narrative. Andy Ruiz looks amazing. They even said that before he fought Gay J in the second time. And the fat, the greedy pizza taco eating guy came in at 283 and did not have the energy to chase Gay J. But so I think he's too heavy. And like I said, it's a shame because I honestly believe Andy could have been one of the best, not ever, but he could have been a heavyweight champion that held on to the championship, put it that way, for a few defenses. But I would never diss Andy because he gave me, like I said, my best night ever. But so I think he's coming in slightly heavy. Jarrell's coming at a good weight, you know. But will this affect his strength? Who knows? It's a 12-rounder, so we got a long fight there. We will wait and see what the weight loss, how the weight loss has affected Miller. I mean, even he's 305 pounds. That's not exactly right. That's not exactly a lightweight, is it? That's like 3 Sonny Edwards almost. Okay, so I think we will get an Andy Ruiz win, and likely on points is my opinion, because Andy, even though he can punch, Andy, his last 3 fights have gone the distance. Even when he weighed lighter. I believe that Andy Ruiz will win against Jarrell Miller, maybe by something like 7 rounds to 5 or 8 rounds to 4. I still believe Jarrell's too heavy. Jarrell himself should be about, 280 at the most. But, and we'll see how it affects him. But, yeah, I'm not putting any money on this. The odds are not great. And there is, because they're such lard asses, it's very hard to predict, how they will be in the ring. I mean, maybe we might get a revelation out of Jarrell. Who knows? I don't think so. Has the weight been lost too fast? Well, he's lost 30 pounds since the Dubum fight, but the Dubum fight was in December. So we're talking like, what, 8 months? Less than 8 months, 7 months really. He's lost 30 pounds. For a guy that big, it may not be that bad. So I would say it's not a fight worth betting on. I believe that Andy Ruiz will win on points, as I said. So, yeah, peace in the Middle East.